When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
You're tuning in to the Goldilocks presentation of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez, aka Walking Crow, found transformational energy healing through a personal search into healing and was transformed by this experience. He made the decision to pursue training and has since become a certified energy healing practitioner with an emphasis on working with clients in recovery from addiction. His willingness to be open and listen has allowed him to be of service to many who seek a peaceful, serene, and healthier body, mind, and spirit. Call in now if you would like to speak with Anthony. The call-in number is 713-955-0332. Enjoy this transformational and healing show.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show once again. My name's Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I'm your host. Well, fantastic. Apparently, I'm going to say if you're listening today, that you made it through the last week of sadness, anger, disbelief, confusion, misunderstanding, hurt, whatever it was that you were feeling since last Tuesday's election. You got to this point, and I commend you for it. And today's show is going to be about recovering your spirit and how to be with the information provided. And what does that mean, be with the information provided? Well, a lot of times we're presented with information and we don't know how to react to it. Sometimes we react to it in an angry way. We get hurt. We get sad. We get sometimes we're happy. Sometimes we become we go into denial. It's just a matter of how you're willing to, or how you teach yourself, or how you're taught to be with information that you may or may not agree with. So that's what's going to be our subject for today, and welcome. Welcome. We're in the supermoon. We'll be leaving the supermoon over the next couple of days. There's a lot of energies out there that. People wouldn't understand. People are feeling dizzy. People are feeling nauseous, sick to their stomachs. Just be with the energies that are present in the best way possible, and this too shall pass. Well, all right. So I spent a lot of time this last week not talking about the information that was presented by the people of the United States. I guess the people have spoken. And they voted in a not so likely candidate for president, and it's so. And am I happy about it? I think I'm kind of indifferent to it. But there's a lot of feelings about it out there, and people are in just total disbelief, and people are defriending people, are sending people away, and because they don't agree. And I'm a firm believer in let's agree to disagree. I don't have to believe in what you believe in, but I believe that I can still be your friend even though you believe what you want to believe, and vice versa. And if you can't stand with me with what I believe, at least support the fact that I can believe in something. What is it you believe in? What is it I believe in? Does it really matter? What matters is how we relate to each other. What matters is that we treat each other with dignity and respect and understanding, and understand that we have our reasons for believing what it is we want to believe, and they don't always have to be aligned with yours and mine and others, and that's the way it is. Wow. So, what to do? Anthony, I don't know what to do. Well, you know what? Try putting your feet on the floor first thing, Put your feet on the floor. Let's all do that together. Let's just put our feet on the floor right now while we're all together listening to the show, and allow yourself to feel what the floor feels like under your feet. Grab at the floor with your toes, or if you're wearing shoes or socks, or if you're on a carpet, just grab it. And what does that feel like? Allow your body to sink into Mother Earth. Allow your legs to sink into Mother Earth and ground and be grounded and be rooted, well rooted, and allow Mother Earth's energy to flow up into your legs, into your body, upwards past your knees, into your hip area, into your first chakra, your root, and allow that to flow and feel the ground, safety, security. Honor that. Honor your safety and security. Is there anything happening to you right now? Are you okay right here, right now? I'm here. Say it to yourself. I'm here, right now. Nothing is happening. Nothing is wrong. I am good right here, right now. And sit with that for a couple of seconds. And let's allow the energy to flow up to the second chakra, to your connection to others, to your connection to self. It's where you create, co-create, procreate. It's your sexuality. It's where you heal. It's where you feel. It's where we connect to others. And allow yourself to be there in the place of water, in a place of fluidity, in a place of seed, in a place of connection. Just connecting to yourself, connecting to your body. And be there for a couple of seconds. And move forward and upward into the fire, the third chakra, yellow. Fire. I'm here. I can, I will, I do. I am. It's your self-esteem. It's your will center. Where are you right now? I'm in my power. I'm listening to the Sacred Drum Medicine Show, and all is well and all is good, and this is where I want to be right here, right now. And let's be there with that fire for a couple of seconds and just be there. And allow that fire to rise into the fourth chakra, into your heart space. Color green. Color green. Air. I'm loved. I don't have the capacity to love. I don't have the capacity to be loved. But for the most part, I am loved. I love. And be there with that feeling of love as your third chakra warms that heart, warms that fire. Be there for a couple of seconds. And allow it to rise up into the fifth chakra, color blue, sound, and listen. And be heard. I am heard. I speak. I say. I speak. I express. And be there for a couple of seconds and allow it to rise up into the sixth chakra, the third eye. I know. I'm learning. I see. I know. Be there. Indigo. Blue. Indigo. And allow it to rise up to the seventh chakra. Golden white light, opening up to universe, opening up to my higher self, opening up to higher spirit, creator, universe, source. And we plug in. And take a deep breath. And exhale. And inhale again all the way down to your feet. And exhale. And again, thank you, and welcome to Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, and this is just one of the tools of coming into your body, coming into your feet, coming into your breath, coming into a peace, and coming into a peaceful place where nothing's happening right here, right now, at this given time. We're here listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, and if you want to call in, feel free at 713-955-0332. We're going to be talking about recovering your spirit and how to be with the information provided. Sometimes people don't know how to be with the information provided, and sometimes we wear the mask of fear. We wear the mask of anger. We can even wear a mask of disbelief. Sometimes we don't understand what's happening, and sometimes we don't have to understand. We just have to be with the information. Sometimes We will look for solace or relief from what we don't understand in a bottle. Sometimes we will look for relief and solace in a joint, or in escape through television, escape through sex or food or whatever it is, stuff with food, and because we don't know how to deal with things. We don't know how to deal with the information. We don't know how to deal with rejection. We don't know how to deal with approval. We don't know how to deal with change. We don't know how to deal with the choices of others, which are really none of our business. What's happening right here, right now, and are you okay right here, right now? That's the most important thing. Are you okay right here, right now? A lot of us have grown up with a lot of misinformation. Oh, excuse me. A lot of misinformation, or we were never taught how to be okay in our bodies, and or we were abused emotionally, physically, sexually by others, and we don't have trust. We don't trust people, so we don't know how to be with information, and we don't know how to be in our bodies. And sometimes we have to escape into our mind and daydream and create story. And what I'm here to tell you is we don't always have to escape. We don't always have to find another way to cope. There's a way to cope right here, right now, and it's in the body, and it's to pay attention to where you're feeling your breath and feeling your feelings. I was never taught that in school. I was always slapped and told to sit down. I was always hit and told to be quiet. But I had to take a lot of years and a lot of time to learn how to be with information. Not everything is about me. Not everything is about you. I've posted some things on social media this week, and people have taken exception to it and said that I'm, basically they told me I was judging people and without using those proper words and pointing the finger, and that wasn't the case. I was sharing my experience. And when I share my experience, I'm sharing my truth, whether it's truth or not. I'm sharing my truth, And my truth is none of your business, and your truth is none of mine, unless you ask me, unless you bring me into your truth. Then it's my business. But for the most part, it's none of my business. So I've learned how to sit with my emotions and my fears and my happiness and my anger and to walk through those things. And to be with those things and to honor those feelings, because they're honorable feelings. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to get sad. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to get fearful. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just perceived. And that's okay too. 713-955-033. Call in and push 1 to get out of listen mode and let us know what you have to say. Let us know what you want to talk about. Let us know what it is you need from me. Let me know what you need from me. I always have a lot to say. I've always been one of opinion, and this last week I felt that it wasn't necessary. People didn't need one more opinion. People didn't need one more angry person. People didn't need one more sharp witticism or my witticism, because I can be pretty sharp, have a pretty sharp tongue. But you know what? Sometimes it doesn't need to be said. Sometimes I just need to hold space for those who are suffering and those who are hurting and those who are dismayed. It's not my business to jump into the fray every time there's a fray. It isn't. My business as a healer is to help you heal, to hold space for you, to be with you and to hold your hand if you ask me to give you a hug if that's what you want as well, to walk with you and to talk with you. I think there's a song like that from church. And he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. Wow, I can't believe that just came to mind. But there it was. And sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes people just want somebody to listen to them and tell them and assure them that it's going to be okay, even if it may not be okay. Or sometimes they just need a reassurance that they made the right decision for themselves. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? How is it that you want to be with the information provided? How is it do you want to recover your spirit and be with that information provided? walking in your power, walking in your truth, walking in yourself. How is it? And can you? And ask yourself those questions. I'm an energy healer. My name is Walking Crow, and I can help you with those issues. Whether it's in a long distance session or you're in my office on my table, with my hands on you or hands off of you, I can help you. What kind of help do you want? What kind of help are you looking for? And are you looking for help? Or are you just looking for attention? Because there are those too who are just looking for attention. And how can we help you? How can we be with you? I think there's a time and a place for all of us to help, and there's a time and a place for all of us to be still. There's a time and a place for all of us to speak. There's a time and a place for all of us to cry, laugh, be angry, and be upset. But honor the feelings that come up, and be with them. If you need to write about them and give them away, give them to God, give them to Creator, give them to Great Spirit, write them down and take a match to them and do away with them. Give them away. We have a caller from the 208, and let's just go to the caller and see where we're at today. This is Anthony. How can I help you today? Walking Crow. Oh.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, my name is Megan, and I was just calling because lately it seems, and I don't even know, what your status or what you would be like, offering, but I just thought I would tell you my situation that has been bothering me.
Your husband's bothering you?
Oh, no, my situation.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's actually a work-related situation, and it just feels like I am, every day I go in there and I do my best, and I definitely, try to remain as centered as I can and make sure that, my energy is okay before I go to work. And I'm a server, and so it seems like I do the best I can to go in there, basically, be the best person that I can be. But then it always feels like I'm in this energetic battlefield of I don't really know what, but just negativity, from other people, and it seems like no matter what I do, it's always the same, and it feels like I'm just kind of being used for my skills, I guess, and not even really compensated for it very well. And then the atmosphere is one that is really draining, and it's just hard to even really be in society, I guess. I think I thought that people were, somehow just nicer would be the word, I guess. But it seems like instead of, people being nice, it's like everybody is trying to, make other people look bad or make themselves look better for the bosses, or basically, use these sly, manipulative ways to just be really, try to make somebody else look bad, I guess. I mean, it's just like high school stuff, except nobody's high school aged anymore. And it's, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt and society the benefit of the doubt, but it's actually just really shocking, how it seems, whether it's just me or, almost everybody tries to manipulate you in one way or the other. And it's like a competition.
This is a work situation where you're at? I'm
a server at
So at work, people are always not people, but your coworkers have issues, and they have issues with you sometimes, I presume. And that's going to happen because you know what, we're not all raised the same. We don't all live in each other's home, and we don't know what other people are carrying. You know what I mean? I mean, because you know what goes on in your house, how you were raised, and what it's like, to not be able to be a certain thing or be a certain way, or not even have your voice be heard or your feelings acknowledged. And other people are walking around. There's a lot of people walking around wounded. Especially lately, and people don't know how to get out of that wounded mode. They don't ask for help because they feel like there's some shame. I really believe there's shame involved for people when they want to ask for help because they don't know how to ask for help. And why would I tell somebody that secret? So they walk around with that stuff. And, there was an old pastor that I used to go to church with, and he was a psychologist, and he would say, you leak. And they leak all over you. They leak with their behavior. They leak with their snide remarks. They leak with the way they treat you. And it's probably nothing you're doing. I would venture to guess. It's just the way they are, and we can't do anything about that other than do something about ourselves. What's your first name, by the way?
My first name is Meg, and Megan. It wouldn't really bother me so much if. But I feel like people are, understandably kind of territorial over their place or positions or whatever. But it's like it wouldn't bother me so much at all just having to be around people that are negative or whatever. I can just let it go at the end of the day. But it feels like everybody has their very manipulative tactics to, make you look, make me look bad, which actually threatens my job. So it's not just, not, liking the atmosphere, but, when people will, it's like I've become a scapegoat, and because people are trying to, keep their positions or move up in their world, and it just puts a lot of pressure on me because, and every day, I just try to do something different. Okay, today I'm just going to, always come from my heart in everything that I do, or today I'm going to, put lots of protective energy around me, or a mirror energy around me, or today, I've just tried all these different things. And
well, you can only do what you can do, and people, like I said, people are going to behave the way they behave. The fact of the matter is sometimes they don't like themselves, and they see a bright light walk in the door, and they're around that beautiful bright light energy, and they don't know how to be with it. They repel it from they repel as if from a hot flame, like as if they were touching a hot oven, because they don't know how to be that. Like I said, you don't know what's happening in their house or what's gone on with them, and and maybe it's just sheer jealousy of who you are as a person, and that's not fair to you, right? But just a lot of times it's just having an understanding that, okay, I'm walking in this situation. This is how they are. How I need to deal with this the best way I can, and ground. If you're in your car before you go in, plant your feet on the floor of your car and breathe to your feet and allow Mother Earth's energy to flow upwards into you, and allow that Kundalini to rise, within through the chakra system, and have your energy be filled, and push through the blocks on the way up into your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. I mean, we can't change people, and if we want to change them that much, we need to change our situation. I don't know what the answer is for you. Sometimes those of us who are making our way through our life issues and making changes, like yourself, you sound like you're on a spiritual path. People don't want to see people like us. They don't want to hear people like us because they like being miserable. They like being unhappy, or they don't know how to be happy, or they don't know how to be spiritual. They don't know how to be in a good way. I have elders, and they always talk about living life living in balance and living in the way of beauty, in the beauty way. I hope it's from the medicine wheel. I practice the red road, and the medicine wheel is important to me, and walking in balance is important to me. You saw all last week. I'm sure you've heard every other person last week being angry about the results of last week's elections, right? Well, how do you be with that? People are lashing out, right? And they're lashing out everywhere. And I just chose to not get caught up into it. Sometimes you have to just literally walk away and ignore it. Or maybe approach a person and say, "Hey, are you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Can I help you with something?" And sometimes sometimes people want to be acknowledged, and they don't know how to ask for help. They don't know how to ask for how to be acknowledged. You know what I mean? They just don't know. So sometimes we have to be the bigger person and take the higher road. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes that sucks, right? Because you know who you are. You know who you are. But as best as you can, ground and breathe into your body and breathe into that place and pay attention where you notice it in your body. And because it's got nothing to do with you. You're not responsible for other people's happiness. You're responsible only for your happiness and for your baby's happiness. You have a baby, right? Did I hear that coming over the microphone? How beautiful is that? And be like a child. Some people know how to be only childish. Some people don't know how to be childlike. I like to be childlike. Although my wife would probably tell you that sometimes I'm childish, but I'm learning. So if that's the case for me, that could be the case for you, and that could be the case for those other people who just rub you the wrong way and just aren't kind at all. What can you do? You can only do something about yourself. You can't do anything about them. Because there's going to be people like that everywhere. If you change your job and you go, and by the way, thank you for being a server. I want to acknowledge people of service. Especially in a restaurant situation, you guys get treated pretty crappily, pretty terribly, and you get treated really well at times too. But I just want to thank you for who you are and what you do and what you're able to do for people who may not be so grateful. Even a coworker. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, I guess that's it. It just sometimes feels like an energetic battlefield, and like I'm just not, just not doing enough or am strong enough to be there. And for them it feels like this whole dominance thing, and for me it feels like just an immature thing. And it's not like people should have to. It's okay to use certain tactics to move yourself up in your career, but not sly, manipulative ways.
And that right there, that's awareness. That's an awareness that you have, and that's good, because some people don't have that awareness. They don't know how to be with that. And I would, if I was you, just before you walk in, just send. I don't know if you believe in God or Creator, Great Spirit, Universe. I don't know what it is that you believe in, but whatever that is, that higher power is, send it into the building first and kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. And and if it gets to be too much, maybe it's time to move on. And I know that who wants to hear that, right? But sometimes it's just time to move on and to move into a better space, because we don't know what's waiting for us out there that's better.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in, and I appreciate you. And you have a beautiful day. And hug that baby. She's adorable.
It's a boy, but he's doing very good.
All right. Well, hug him and give him a hug for me. Thank you, and have a great day.
Okay, you too.
All righty.
Bye.
We have a caller from the 510. How can I help you today? This is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you're on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. How can I help you?
Oh, I didn't mean to press 1. I was just listening.
Do you have a question? Well, now that you're here, do you have a question or something you might want to ask? Or
Well, I guess I can ask one. What, like, when you become, or when one becomes more spiritual, what is this? I know it's like certain forms of isolation. Like, I can only talk to certain people. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, boy. Yeah, talking with people is interesting because not everybody can listen to what you have to say as a spiritual being, because everybody has their different ideas of what that means. Spiritual, what it means to be spiritual, right? There are people who are who are religious and they're spiritual, and there are people who are spiritual and people who are religious will say, "What does that mean?" You know, and for me it means, I don't have to follow any particular doctrine. I don't have to follow any particular theology or mindset or dogma. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that makes you smile? Is it nature? Is it the we just enjoyed and celebrated the grandmother moon, the super moon, over the last couple of nights, and what a beautiful thing it was to be able to stand and bathe in the light and just enjoy the beauty of that. Simple things like that, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they call it a power greater than yourself. Well, what's a power greater than yourself? What is it that you want to believe in? Happiness? Sadness? Do you want to believe in a government? A tree? What's a power greater than yourself? Can you push over that big oak tree over there? That's a pretty big power. And it's pretty ominous. I mean, dealing with other people's ideas, and I said this earlier in the show, I agree to disagree. I don't have to agree with everything that you believe in, and you don't have to agree with anything I believe in, actually, but we can still be friends and we can still have a conversation, and that doesn't injure, maim, or hurt our feelings, I believe we should honor each other's feelings, and sometimes it's hard to do that, and walking a spiritual path, I don't know if we have any more of a responsibility because we're just human, but I know that I do, as a spiritual person, I have an awareness that I've developed over the last 5 to 6 years, actually longer than that has changed me. And I would, and if I see people hurting, like last week from the election, boy, people were just like, holy cow, just angry and just like fighting mad. And I couldn't jump into that fray. I needed to stand back and watch it happen and support people when they needed support, or if they even asked for it.
Right.
Sometimes people are not going to ask you, and I don't believe in interjecting my opinion or my feelings about it if I'm not asked. Then I'm just not minding my own business. So I'm glad to hear that you're on a spiritual path, and and whatever it looks like, and whatever it looks like to you, not to somebody else. Who cares what it looks like to somebody else? they have their own thing to worry about. There are a lot of people who will mind our business because they don't know how to mind their own business. So
yeah, I do.
I heard I read an article the other day, and I'll use this as an example, where the Pope was admonishing people because your ashes are sacred and they shouldn't be kept in your home. Well, that's none of their business. His business is the church. The ashes of my loved ones are none of your business, Pope. I respect you, but I agree to disagree.
Wow. Now that brings me to a question that I wanted to ask. What can you do with, I know this might sound strange, with animal bones? Like, what are the different things you can do with them?
Well, like anything else, for me it depends on what it is. There are some cultures, indigenous or otherwise, that use honor bones in different ways. Some people bury them, some people burn them, some people make tools out of them, some people make instruments, whistles out of them. It's just a matter of what your practices are and what your intention is for that material. Because I have antlers that I use to make rattles, And I use also goat hooves and different things, seeds, dead seeds to make rattles and things. It's just a matter of repurposing the material, and how you want to honor it. What's your, like I said, what your intention is behind it.
Wow.
A turtle shell is an exterior, it's like a bone, and that's exterior. And there's people who make rattles out of tortoise shells. It's just a matter of like I said, how you do it. So it's done in a respectful way, because I really feel that we should honor the spirits of our brothers and sisters that fly, that walk, that crawl, that swim. Even as food. When you take an animal, or animal gives itself as food, I want to respect it and honor it, in that way too. And the same with the bones. I just don't want to be like, tossing them around and being disrespectful in a disrespectful way, because I wouldn't want that for my bones. There are a lot of people out there. There's people out there that won't respect sacred burial grounds or cemeteries, and they go out and do things in a way that's just not kind or nice. And I know that our loved ones' spirits aren't there, but I want to honor that spirit anyways, and have it be in a good way.
As if they were there.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, tell me your name, sir.
Pardon?
Tell me your name.
Oh, Ronald.
Ronald. All right, Ronald. I appreciate you calling and thank you. And feel free to check me out on my website at sacreddrum24.weebly.com, and you can see what it is that I do and what kind of services I provide. What part of the country are you calling from?
California.
Oh, okay, cool. I usually get people calling in from other places, not California. So I'm glad that you were able to call in and have a conversation with us. Anything else you'd like to ask, or?
Yeah, can I have the website again?
Website is sacreddrum24.weebly.com. sacreddrum24.com. Sacreddrum24. sacreddrum24.weebly.com.
Weebly. Okay.
And I also have a Facebook. Look me up on Facebook. You can look me up as Anthony Rodriguez, or you can look me up as Manos de Luz Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine as well. All right?
Okay.
All right, Ronald. You have a good day, and thank you for calling.
Right on. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye now. All right, 713-955-0332. Give us a call. What do you want to ask? What questions do you have that are burning in your heart? How is it that you want to be with those things that are burning on your heart, burning in your mind? Do you escape over those things? Do you lash out at others because you don't know how to be with your feelings? And we heard that from the first caller. She goes to work and people are manipulative and being not so nice and mean, and it sounds like she's doing everything she can before she walks in the door, but there it is anyways. Sometimes people are jealous of our light, our spirit. They don't know how to be with it because they may be carrying a darker light or a darker spirit. Maybe they've been abused, maybe they've been hurt, maybe they've been wounded so deep that they don't know how to recover from that wound. But what I'm going to tell you, if you don't know how to recover from a wound, the first point of practice is understanding that wound, that thing that happened, is no longer happening. It's not happening anymore. And I learned that from my beautiful wife, Vanessa, when she shared some information with the group that we were doing a workshop with. We were doing a chakra workshop. And we were talking about our feelings, and she said, she had experienced some things as a girl that hurt her. But what she learned from it over time was those things are no longer happening, and she was able to live in her body and be with her soul in a good way. in a healthy way, and not have to live in those hurts and those wounds? How do you want to live with the burdens that you carry? Do you have to live with the burdens that you carry? There's a way to let go and let good. There's a way to let go and let God. There's a way to let go and let God in if you may not believe in the higher power, a specific higher power. How can you let go of the wounds that bind you? How can you let go of the traumas that have been with you for so long that you feel like they've become a part of your outer skin, your outer shell, your hard core, that thing that people can't pierce through to love you because you're so hurt? Like we talked about last week, I remember as a little child kicking against a stone wall I built around myself. Do you have a stone wall built around yourself because you don't know how to let go of the hurts and the wounds and the shame that binds you? And do you want to be unbound? Do you want to be unwounded? We can never get unwounded. We can never get unwounded. We can never get unhurt. But we can transcend the hurt. We can transcend the wound. We can transcend the trauma by how we react to it, how we are with it, how we give it time, how we give it energy. What is it that you want for yourself? How do you want to change that? You know, in the beginning of the show, I brought you into your bodies by grounding, by putting your feet on the floor and allowing the Mother Earth energy to flow up through your feet into your body, into your chakra system, through your kundalini, aho. And to come into the room and be okay and be right here, right now, without any exterior problems, without any exterior anger, without any exterior energies coming in while we're right here, right now. And here we are. We're in a place of peace. You know, if you want to know how to be with your wounds, if you want to know how to be with your hurts, reach out. Reach out to 713-955-0332. My name's Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. Aho, I welcome you. And if you want to know more, and if you want to sign up for a 20-minute consultation with me, go to sacreddrum24.weebly.com and sign up for a 20-minute consultation. What could it hurt? It's just a few minutes. Let me help you to help yourself. Let me help you to lay your own hands on your own heart. Let me help you to help yourself pierce through those hurts and wounds with your fingertips and reach out for others and reach out for Creator, Great Spirit, God. Aho, mitakiyase. Aho. How is it, and do you want to find a way to heal the hurts, the traumas, the shame, and the pain that you've been carrying around for a lifetime? And how long is a lifetime? That question's only relevant to you and to how long you've been carrying them. I can't tell you. No one else can. How long have you been carrying them? I remember as a little child kicking against that stone wall I built around myself. I got to tell you, folks, I no longer kick against that stone wall. You know, every now and again, something comes up and I have to deal with it. I deal with it on the spot. You know, my wife watches me. My wife, wow, I bounce everything off of her. You know, I run everything by her before I do something. I always, when I became unemployed again, I was employed for 2 years, and I always thought it was personal. It's not personal. It's happened to millions and millions of people across this country, across this world. It's not personal to me, you know, and I can't take it personal. I have to overcome what I think is personal because it's not about me. It's not about me. Sometimes it's just simple economics, or not so simple economics, you know, but economics nonetheless. Recovering your spirit and how to be with the information provided. You know, what kind of information were you provided as a child? What kind of information did they give you at school, or misinformation? You know, I know that I was talked to in a way that was just, man, you know, stand up, sit down. You know, I was domesticated to be a way that I was never meant to be. You know, I'm reading, I feel like I'm always reading this. I'm reading the 5 Agreements. And, you know, what is the story that I want to believe? What is my truth? My story and my truth are different from yours, and they're always going to be, and we're not always going to agree. So I say to you and I say to myself, I agree to disagree. regardless of what your truth is, regardless of what your story is, regardless of what you think of me. Because what you think of me is none of my business. What I think of you is none of your business. What is your story? You can share your story with me, but I don't have to become involved in your story. But I can help you to let go of the story, to let go of the parts of the story that you've held on so tight that they now become armor. They now become your protection. They now become your dukes up. Let me help you. There's a meditation that I do that's called the heartfelt meditation of completion, where I take my left hand. My left hand is the hand of receiving, the divine feminine receiving, the left hand, aho. And I take my left hand and I place it over my heart space as I allow energy to flow upward from Mother Earth through my feet, through my body to my heart space. And I feel that energy flow from my heart space, from my heart into my hand and through my hand and down past my wrist and up my forearm. My fifth chakra, aho. From my fourth to my fifth, to my expression. What is it? How is I want to gain freedom? Through expression, aho. Not living in my head, telling people on myself. Telling on myself. And allowing that energy to flow and go around the elbow and up the tricep and the bicep into the shoulder area and across the collarbone and right into the fifth chakra, epiglottis, voice, expression, aho. And then across the body into the right shoulder, down the bicep, down the tricep, rounding the elbow down into the forearm of my right hand, the right hand of the divine masculine, aho. Right hand of divine masculine, the hand of giving and moving forward, aho. And allowing the energy to flow past the wrist and into the center of my fingers and fingertips and into the center of my palm, and taking that right hand and placing it right over the left hand that I've already placed over my heart, and giving that energy back and completing the circle of healing, of grounding, of loving my heart, loving my voice, giving the beautiful loving energy from my heart to my voice, my fifth chakra, and returning back with kindness and love for myself. Creating a connection that's so deep with yourself while doing this meditation and just sitting and allowing the energy to flow. And that's all you have to do is sit, allow it to flow with your intention. What is the intention for yourself? What do you want to heal? What do you want to give yourself? Oh, I have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. What is the seemingly hopeless state of mind and body that you want to recover from? Is it verbal abuse? Is it spousal abuse? Is it sexual abuse? Is it physical abuse? What is it? Is it abuse from a boss? Is it being traumatized as a child by other kids, by bullies? What is it that you would like to let go of that you haven't been able to? Allow yourself the opportunity. Don't tell yourself that you can't, and don't make excuses with yeah, but, because there are those who will yeah, but themselves to death, and one day they find themselves hanging from a belt or a rope in a closet someplace. Don't yeah, but yourself to death. Take time to go inside. Take time to reach out. Reach out to somebody that can guide you. Reach out to me, Walking Crow, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. To Mano Luz Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, reach out to me through Facebook. Reach out to me through my website, sacreddrum24.weebly.com. Reach out to me through Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com. Reach out to me and call me at my personal line, 818-442-1717. How is it that you want to heal, and how can I help you? How will you let me help you? And do you let people help you when you actually reach out? Do you let people help you when you actually reach out? And if you reach out, are you actually reaching out for help, or are you reaching out for attention? Because when you're looking for attention, that means something's not functioning correctly within you. Aho. What does your soul want? What is your soul crying out for? Where is it in your body that your breath lands when you take a breath in? Do it now. Put your feet on the floor, put your hands on your knees, and take a breath. And where do you feel the breath land in your body? Put your hands there. Where did you feel it? How did you feel it? I just felt mine in my fourth chakra, my heart space, air, lungs. I'm loved. Aho. I'm feeling love today because I love me. I love me because I can. I love me because I will. I love me because I do. Whether anybody else does or not doesn't really matter, but I do. Because I've learned how to transcend what it is that I thought I wanted and needed from others, and I don't want to need anything from anybody. What I want to need more than anything, is what I can receive from myself, and my self-care, and my self-love, and my self-worth. I have self-worth today. I stand in my power. I stand in the power of my third chakra. Aho mitakiasi, fire, fuego. I can, I will, I do. I stand. And where do I stand? I stand in my root chakra. I stand in my ground. I am the tree that cannot be knocked down by the four winds. And I have had many four winds in my life. And I stand before you and I speak before you as Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I stand in my power. Who can knock me down? The only person that can knock me down is me. The only person that can chop me down is me. You know, making excuses for myself and making excuses for others. There are many out there that make excuses for others, and I don't buy that. You know, don't make excuses for yourself, but don't make excuse for other people and their wrongdoing. Been watching a lot of wrongdoing out there in the name of righteousness, you know, and it's not, doesn't make it right. You know, burning somebody's car because it has the wrong political sticker on it does not make anything right. It just makes you an arsonist. You know? Let the fire inside you burn. Let the fire inside you burn and become passionate about what it is you want in your life. Let the fire inside you burn and become passionate about the things you want to give yourself. What is it you want to give yourself? Do you want to give yourself a better life? Seek a spiritual life. I'm not any richer over the last 5 or 6 years, but I got to tell you, I have a richer spirit. I have a richer being, you know. I feel like I don't have to lash out at people like I used to. I used to lash out at people. I don't want to lash out at anybody. I don't want to lash out at myself, which is another subject. I heard somebody gauge their day. Their day didn't start off so well earlier today, and I heard them use words to the effect that, well, here we go again. Well, you know what? No, here we don't go again. Every day is different. Every day we can have a different attitude. Every day we can have a different voice. Every day we can give ourselves something different that isn't the same as yesterday. We can change our situation, and we can change our will center, and we can change our heart, and we can change our voice. We can change our ground. We can change our connection to others, including self. But do you really want to do that? And if you want to do that, change your words. Change the way you speak to yourself. Change the way you speak of yourself. Change the words that you speak of others. Aho mitakiasi. When you want to change your physical body, you don't feed it chocolate cake if you're overweight or obese. If you want to change your physical body, you start to give it something that's nutritious and good for it. What is that? Doctors say, fill your plate with color, greens, vegetables, fruits. That's the beginning. Same thing with what you give yourself with regard to your soul, with regard to your psyche. Would you give, if you know poison is poison, would you drink that? So why do you speak to yourself that way? Aho. And I'm saying this because I know, because that was my practice. I would say things to myself that if you said it to me, somebody was going to get a punch in the face. You know? But I don't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I want too much for myself. I have unraveled the sweater of information and history that others try to create for me and make me be and make me wear. And I don't have to wear that anymore. I don't have to pay attention to the false information provided about me, the things that you say about me that aren't true, that I'm stupid, that I'm black, that I'm too short, that I'm too fat, that I'm too skinny, that I'm this and I'm that. Who cares? What I care is about what I think about myself. What I care about is what I say about myself. I have no use for your damaging words, and I have no use to use damaging words on myself. Not at all. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And what is it that you want for yourself? How do you want to change your life? We're coming up on the end of the hour. And boy, this hour went fast today. We had 2 callers today, and blessings, 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 blessings. Pure blessings. How do you want to change your life? How do you want to knock down that wall between you and everybody else, you and God and you and yourself that you've built up over a lifetime? Ask yourself that question. And after you ask yourself that question, I want you to answer yourself by calling Anthony. He has some answers, and if he can't help me, he can direct me to somebody who can help me. Reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, 818-442-1717, sacreddrum24.weebly.com, or call in to this show, 713-955-0332. We only have a couple of minutes. We only have 5 minutes. But I am here to help you help yourself, because others are here, and they helped me help myself. In times when I wanted to just give up, they said, you can't give up. You don't give up. You walk in balance. You walk in beauty. You stand up in who you are. Be the tree. Be the example. Be the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the 4 winds. Be well-rooted. Be well-fruited. And that's my life. That's my ministry. That's my medicine. That's my message. Be what it is that you want. Give what it is that you want. And by the way, you can't give away what you haven't got. So you're going to have to do something for yourself first. Step in and intercede for yourself first. And if stepping in and interceding for yourself is making a phone call and reaching out and asking for help, do that. I know what it is to ask for help. I know what it is to be in shame and asking for help when I had no reason to be in shame. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to make a mistake. Tell the child within, it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm here. Aho. Aho. What is it that you want? How do you want to heal? I'm here to tell you that you can heal, that you can transcend, transform, transmute, and transition from the caterpillar to the butterfly when you're good and damn ready. Aho. I have, I did, I will, and I will again. Because life is like that. Life is a cycle. And I'm recycled. And I'll cycle again and recycle again. I know what it is I want for myself. I want happiness. I want peace. I want to give love, and I want to be loved. I want to give peace. I want to receive peace. If you need direction in how to do that, reach out to me. Reach out to me, Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. I know you're there. I know you're listening. And I know you want to have a better life. Because I didn't know what a better life looked like 10 years ago. But I know my life now is 1,000 miles from what my life used to be. I was sick. I was angry. I was tired. I was domesticated. And I'm no longer any of those things. Wow. What is it you want? How do you want to recover your spirit? And how do you want to deal and be with the information that's provided, whether you like it or not? We're not going to like everything. People are always not going to deal with us in a good way or be with us or treat us in a good way, like the young lady earlier who called in. People disrespect her, to try to trample over themselves, to trample over her to get to a higher position in the workplace. You don't get someplace else by trampling over other people. You get someplace by standing in your power. You get someplace by standing in your root and nurturing yourself and caring for yourself and allowing your roots to sink deep and become grounded, and in that your branches grow. And the canopy of a tree only grows as big as its root. So if you have a giant root, your canopy will grow, and your arms will be extended, and your branches will be extended, and birds will start to nest in that tree, and fruit will start to bear from that tree. What is it that you want to bear? What kind of fruit do you want to bear? Aho mitakiyase. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, and this has been the Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And I want to thank you for coming. I have been so blessed by today's show, and boy, I'm on fire right now. I look forward to seeing you next week. So go ahead and look me up at my website, sacreddrum24.weebly.com, or reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can call me at area code 818-442-1717 and get the help that you need. Get the help that you haven't been able to give yourself. Give yourself love. Give yourself peace. Give yourself nurturance. Give yourself everything that nobody else gave you, or you feel like nobody else gave you, that you weren't able to give yourself. Love yourself. Be yourself. But just be. Once again, this is the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I want to thank you. And I want to thank Tiffany White, my producer, for allowing me to stand in my power on this show. Have a great day.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt